Okay, so hello and welcome. I will start the live stream. Today we will be practicing, we'll be brainstorming ideas and vocabulary for the IELTS speaking topic of the current season. Okay, so it's working. Please, but I can hear myself, but can you please put a plus just in the chat box, so that I understand that you can hear me and you can also, and you can also see me. Right. So without further ado, let's start. You probably know that we can know what topics and questions we're going to have in the speaking test. So you can know them in advance. And we'll just look at the topics today. And I'm going to share with you how I would answer these questions, what kind of ideas or vocabulary I would use. And I encourage you to do the same. So please write actively in the chat box. And your ideas are really appreciated. It's also good practice for you. All right. So there are several topics. And the first topic that I want to look at is daily routine. So I'll increase the size so that, and when we talk about daily routine, we might talk about, for example, prioritizing tasks. So prioritize tasks. There is also a delay in this live stream. So yes, nice to hear you again. Yes, Nelly. Mariana, thank you for your plus. And Nelly, thank you also for your plus. Right. There are 8 people. So once again, please participate actively. You can also say, well, what would you say if you had the topic daily routine? I'm going to share my ideas, and you can also share what you would say, right? So daily routine, what kind of advanced vocabulary or collocations or phrasal verbs or idioms do you know on this topic, right? So another phrase that I would recommend here is to maintain consistency. Maintain consistency, right? Then a good word is procrastination. So it's not a good practice, but that's good lexical item, procrastination. And you can use it in collocations like avoid procrastination, right? So when you talk about maintaining consistency, you can develop this idea and say, well, I try to stick to a routine, right? Or I try to make the most of my time. The most of my time. All right. So you can also say, for example, I am a creature of habit. I'm a bit a creature of habit, so I like having a stable routine, for example. A creature of habit. So these are some just a few. I'll be looking looking at the chat from time to time, and so far I can see. My routine is set in stone. Oh, yes, Irina, welcome. Okay, so is set in stone. That's a great one. So how do you organize your study time? Well, you can say I try to be consistent. What is your daily study routine? So very, very similar. Do you often stay up late? So for this one, there is an idiom. You can say, for example, to burn the midnight oil. To burn the midnight oil. That's it's a bit old. If you stay up all night and you study or work the whole night, that's I have to burn the midnight oil. Or a more modern one would be to pull an all-nighter. To pull an all-nighter. What's your favorite time of the day? It's up to you. For example, you can say, well, definitely not the morning because I am a night owl to the bone. I'm night owl to the bone. Or for example, you can say I'm an early bird. And so I really like waking up at the crack of dawn. At the crack of dawn. Okay. Do you go to sleep early or stay up late? So something from here, from these expressions you can say. For example, if I wake up at the crack of dawn, I feel drowsy, it means sleepy, and discombobulated. Discombobulated. And it also wreaks havoc, I believe, wreaks havoc on like on all the activities during the day. So to wreak havoc means it's disorganized. Okay, I'll have a look in the chat. Okay, so far nothing new. There's also a delay, so I'll be able to see your ideas um, with a maybe 30-second or 40-second delay. Okay. So I had some other notes. Okay, do often stay up late. You can also say, for example, when I wake up early for a long time, after this, I try to catch up on my sleep during the weekend, for example. Catch up on my sleep. So another question, do you think it's important to have a daily routine for your study? When there is a question, like you actually don't have to paraphrase the question in your answer. But if for some reason you do, try not to repeat the keywords in the question. For example, it's important. This creates a golden opportunity for you to use something more advanced. For example, to have it like having a routine plays a pivotal role. Okay. Also, please feel free to share your ideas and your expressions that you would use if you had this topic in the exam. So it plays a pivotal role. Okay. Or, for example, it's crucial, or it's vital, or it's significant. All right. So any other ideas for this topic daily routine? Let me also. All right. So pulling an all-nighter. Count me out. I'd feel drowsy, hazy, or groggy. Yes, that's the word I was thinking of today, but I forgot to mention the. Thank you, Irina. And all day. Okay, right. Okay. So you can still type some expressions related to daily routine, but I will move on to another topic, stages in life. Okay. So stages in life. When we talk about stages in life, we could use expressions like a milestone or an important milestone. Yeah, so it's like about a period of life. Then here's a good phrase: come of age. So when you turn 18, well, in some countries maybe it's a different age, but usually it's 18. So come of age, or coming of age as a process. When you talk about children and even teenagers, you can say that they're in their formative years. Formative years. Okay. Then there's something. Yes. How do people remember? So you can also say something like fond memories. Okay, fond memories. A nice collocation here. There's nothing super advanced, but life priorities. Life priorities. At some age, something important can happen, and you can call this the turning point or a tipping point. Okay. And so you might also have long-term goals, gain some life experience. Okay. All right. So if you have any other ideas of what expressions you can use to talk about stages in life, feel free to write them in the chat. Please share. They will be good. So do you enjoy being at the age you are now? So you could say that, okay, well, I've gained some life experience, or not only have I gained some life experience, but I am also more independent than I used to be in my formative years or in my toddlerhood. Yeah, by the way, there's a toddler. That's a child who is learning how to walk, like around 2.5. So there is also the period of life which is called toddlerhood. That's quite an advanced word. You can also use this. Um, so I really enjoy what I'm keen on is working towards long-term goals, for instance. Okay. Then what did you often do with your friends in your childhood? Here's an idiom which I like, but not everybody likes it because it's a bit humorous. You can say, when I was knee-high to a grasshopper. So when you talk about your childhood, again, it depends on your style, on how you speak during the IELTS speaking test. But I often use such expressions like when I was knee-high to a grasshopper. For in terms of grammar, you can also say I used to. You can also mention that I used to have carefree childhood. All right. Then at what age do you think people are their happiest? And here you can say during their formative years or when they achieve a sense of fulfillment. Okay. Or when they reach important milestones. Reach important milestones. How do people remember each stage of their lives? So you can mention that they might have some vivid memories of something, or they might have fond memories of something. Okay, uh, yeah, feel free to write something in the chat, something else, if you have some other expressions. I don't want to be lecturing. I want some interaction. I know that I just warned about this live stream like an hour in advance, so not everyone knew about it. Okay. Now, how do people remember? Maybe there are some turning points or tipping points, or maybe the experiences that shaped their life priorities. Priorities. Do you have any plans for the next 5 years? It's very personal, so it depends. Um, I want to gain more life experience. I want to reach an important milestone. So if you haven't used some of the expressions in previous questions, then you will, or I'll be doing same thing I'm doing right now. What do you think is the most important thing at the moment? It's like focusing on your life priorities, building a stable future, working toward your long-term goals. So any of these uh, can work. All right. So Irina, in my childhood, that was ages ago. I'm a little fuzzy on that by now. I would imagine we played hopscotch or skipped rope together. Oh, right. So yeah, you can also talk about children's games here. So, like tag or hopscotch or leapfrog. Yeah, I don't know any other. So we used to go down the slide, gorka, or we used to uh, ride on a seesaw. Um, oh, yeah, seesaw or on a swing. That's kacheli. Yeah, that's uh, childhood vocabulary is also really useful here. Oh, then we have childhood activities, and we can also talk about this. Okay, I'll have a look if there is anything else about stages in life. Let me have a look in the chat box. Hide and seek, yes, thank you. Um, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, yeah, I will add here hide and seek. Sometimes it's hyphenated with hyphens. Okay, good. So the next topic I want to discuss is childhood activities. So these we can use the games here. because we'll have one or the other topic. So we can, um, so again, we can use here expressions like vivid memories, play outdoors. Um, Here's an expression, childhood pastime, like free time as a child. You might have close-knit group of friends, close-knit group of friends, or um, some actually some people think it's too spoken, but I think it's okay. My besties, like my best friends. Um, Also, we can form lasting friendships. Lasting friendships. Um, Maybe you had a friend and you were inseparable with your friend. Okay. So let me see. Dodgeball. Oh yeah. Um, Dodgeball. Um, I live near a river, so we skipped stones all the time. All right. That's great. Um, so did you enjoy your childhood? Yeah. We can say, well, I'm leaning towards a positive answer here for the simple reason that it was a carefree childhood. I still have many fond childhood memories, and I spent lots of time playing outdoors. And then you can mention this hopscotch, hide and seek, dodgeball. Um, okay, what did you enjoy doing as a child? So I enjoyed outdoor games and sports, such as, and you mentioned, creative, imaginative play, or spending time with my childhood companions. Maybe you can use it's a slang expression like to spend time with your friends. In part one, I think it's appropriate. Hang out with friends. Okay. Did you prefer to do activities alone or with a group of people when you were a child? When I was knee-high to a grasshopper, I used to play with a close-knit group of friends, and we were forming lasting friendships. Um, Another thing that happened was that we enjoyed the sense of freedom when playing outside. All right. So, any other ideas? Well, making snowmen, right. All right. I haven't seen snow for 7 years. I already forgot about this. Um, okay, thank you. Good, good, good. Now, there is a delay, so you might you might types up something later. I will read all your commentaries, but I want to move on to the topic scenery. Okay, so scenery. About scenery, like I really like this is not what I really like, but breathtaking scenery or view. But what I really like is to contemplate pristine nature. Whenever I mention a park in my speaking, I just say, this is where I can contemplate pristine nature. Pristine nature. There's topic walking, and I really like this verb also. I love sauntering. So to saunter means to walk in a relaxed manner. Sauntering along a park surrounded by coniferous and deciduous trees, and then I give like 5 examples of trees, such as poplar trees, maples, um, oak trees with acorns scattered around them, birch trees, whatever trees you know, or juniper, можжевельник. So we'll talk about this when we reach the topic walking. But here you can also say, for example, stunning view. It's a good expression. Panoramic view, coastal scenery, coastal scenery, natural beauty or spectacular sight. Spectacular sight. Scenic view, that's another one. Okay, so do you like to take or do you like taking pictures of good scenery? Definitely, I really love capturing breathtaking scenery or keeping moments of spectacular sights. And what happens is that I share photos of picturesque landscapes. And do you like looking out of the window at the scenery when traveling by bus or by car? So, um, yeah, you can say like I'm an avid traveler, so or seasoned traveler. Okay, so In British English, it's double L, in American English, one L. Okay, let me see. Oh, there's quite a lot. Um, I was a hermit, right? So hermit, like as a person who doesn't talk to anyone. I mostly played alone. Okay. Organize a snow fight. Okay, Mariana. Playing role games like Mother's Daughters. Uh, I hope your examiner will understand this. I don't know if this exists in English speaking culture, but yeah, you can try. Lindens. I don't even know this word, Irina. So, but thank you for sharing. That's probably something super advanced. If I've never heard it, then it must be something advanced, hopefully. Okay, so do you like looking out of the window? So I enjoy panoramic views. I relax while observing natural history. It helps me to unwind, recharge my batteries, and rejuvenate. Okay. Then, do you prefer the mountains or the sea? I call this a false dilemma type of question. So why can't you have both? You can go to a place where there's both mountains and sea. So you can say, I'm utterly convinced. I believe that these two options are not mutually exclusive. And then you can talk about um, mountains and the sea. So while if you visit mountains, you can go hiking, you can enjoy picturesque views. And if you stay by the sea, just you go down the mountain and you can lie on the beach, get suntanned, unwind, recharge your batteries, rejuvenate, and so on. So then coastal scenery or relaxing atmosphere about the sea and mountain ranges, fresh air, dramatic views about mountains. Right? What are the most beautiful sights you have seen while traveling? I really like spectacular natural beauty, picturesque landscapes, impressive mountain ranges or coastal scenery, and just develop this. What scenery can you see from the window of your home? There is a really nice phrasal verb here. Look out on or upon or on. So my windows look out upon, and then you say what they look out upon. And my windows look out upon the yard, and I can see a beautiful park with coniferous and deciduous trees, such as, and give 5 examples of trees for your examiner. Okay. Mm. Is it important for you to have a good view from your window? Well, it plays a pivotal role for me because not only does it improve mood, but I can enjoy natural beauty every day. On top of that, it provides relaxing panoramic view, and it helps me to reduce stress and unwind, recharge my batteries, rejuvenate, and so on. Okay, so I don't see any comments so far, but please feel free um, to add more. If you know any other expressions, then uh, please also share. Okay. So then we have the topic buildings. Yes. So about buildings, of course, you can say like skyscrapers. It's already something, even though B1 level students already know this, but um, high-rise buildings, that's a nice phrase. Architectural something, architectural landmark or architectural masterpiece. In our B2 level group, we recently studied an eyesore, an eyesore, something that is not very pleasant and it stands out. Okay, historical building or historic building, modern architecture, iconic building. Here's a good one. Okay, I'll have a look. Maybe there are some comments. Okay, I can see a construction site with cranes and forklifts. Okay, well, that's a good idea. Sorry, my microphone was turned off. Okay, yes. So with cranes and forklifts. That's great. Like great vocabulary. Um, okay. Zoom is Zoom is turning my microphone off from time to time. You can still hear me. Um, okay. So what I see out of my window is not exactly an architectural masterpiece. It's an eyesore, actually. All right, right, right. Great. Sorry, I'll plug up. Please put in the chat box that you can hear me. Um, okay, iconic building, architectural masterpiece, impressive structure, urban skyline. There's also um, there's also a phrase, concrete jungle, concrete jungle. Okay, then residential complex. So, do you want to live in a tall building? Yes, I can enjoy urban skyline, modern facilities, the high-rise building, or impressive panoramic views. Is there a building that you would like to visit? It's like a famous architectural landmark. Of course, I want to visit Mausoleum with the dead body of Lenin. It's a joke. Um, an iconic building in another country. I don't know, the Taj Mahal or the Eiffel Tower. A building with unusual architectural design. Do you take photos of buildings? Yes, I capture interesting architectural details. I photograph historic buildings. I admire modern architecture. So these are some possible ideas. Are there tall buildings near your home? Yes, there are several high-rise buildings, new residential complexes. They shape the urban skyline. So something like this. Okay. The Cathedral St. Family of A. Gaudi is a real iconic building of architecture, right? I don't have a good head for heights, so I wouldn't like to live in a skyscraper. All right. Yeah, that's great. Um, so you can still type because there's probably a delay in the live stream, but I want to move on to the topic walking. So for walking, some vocabulary. I mentioned I really love this verb to saunter. It means to walk in a relaxed manner. But you can also say like to take a leisurely walk or go for a stroll. Okay. Oh, so I can stretch my legs. Okay. Mm, get some fresh air, clear my head. There's some peaceful atmosphere, or it's a relaxing pastime. So, if you walk in a park, then you can say, I like walking or sauntering around a park surrounded by coniferous and deciduous trees. Oh, I don't remember how to spell deciduous. I hope it's correct. Yes. Um, coniferous and deciduous trees. So deciduous trees, these are the ones with leaves, and coniferous trees are the ones with needles. So, for example, like pine trees, fir trees, or junipers, можжевельники, and deciduous trees such as whatever poplar trees, um, birches, maples, and oak trees. Listen up. And oak trees with acorns, with acorns scattered around them. So you've already used like a lot of advanced vocabulary. Um. Okay. So, do you walk a lot? I try. You can mention that, for example, I have a fitness watch which was confiscated before I entered the speaking room, and I try to make at least 10,000 steps a day. It's a relaxing pastime. It helps clear my head. It's a good way to get some fresh air, and so on. Where did you go for a walk lately? It was a nearby park, and then you can mention all these trees. I could contemplate pristine nature there. Um, it was along a scenic route. There's another one. There were some quiet green spaces. Did you often go outside when you for a walk as a child? Yes, I used to play outdoors. I used to play those games that we brainstormed in the um, childhood topic, or in the ages topic, in the topic about ages. I used to go for a stroll with friends. I enjoyed freedom and fresh air. Okay. If you have any ideas, please type them in the chat box. All right. So I don't to take a power walk. Okay, great. To soak up some sunshine to replenish my vitamin D level. That's great. Get off the beaten track. Okay. Yeah, that's a really nice one. Um, okay. So then why do people like to walk in parks? Well, because it's peaceful atmosphere, there's plenty of green spaces, and opportunity to clear their head and relax. Okay, I'll have a look if there are some more answers. Sedentary lifestyle, right. So it helps to fight the sedentary lifestyle if you walk. Okay, great. Now, typing. Typing. So here's an expression, a collocation for typing is touch typing, when you're just typing without looking at the keyboard. Yeah. It's not an advanced word, but it's a collocation, the typing speed, right? A keyboard shortcuts, when you press a couple of keys just to save your time. Typing accuracy, how correct you type. I just made a mistake. Typing accuracy. Okay. Then digital skills. Maybe you'll find an opportunity to use digital literacy. Well, typing is close to digital literacy. There will be some questions about handwriting, so you can be handwritten something, handwritten notes, for example. You can type up your notes as a phrasal verb. Okay, let me have a look in the chat. To distract their mind. All right, yes, that's a nice one. Okay, so those who are looking, can I ask you to put a like thumbs up for this live stream? Maybe more people will join or will watch this later, and I will enjoy great popularity, hopefully. Okay, so do you prefer typing or handwriting? So typing is faster and improves workflow efficiency. Workflow efficiency. Um, handwriting helps remember information better. So that's an idea. Typing allows quick editing. How do you improve your typing? Well, I practice touch typing, or I increase typing speed and accuracy. I use online typing exercises, or I just practice typing. When did you learn how to type on a keyboard? Here's some grammar that you can use. It must have been around, I'm going to say, like how many years ago, when a modal verb with a perfect infinitive must have been around. Mm, so, and I improved through everyday word processing. I learned during my computer school computer classes. Do you type on a desktop or laptop keyboard every day? Um, like you can choose which you do, and then I type emails or messages. I type up my notes for study or for work. I use computers as part of everyday digital skills. All right. So my typing accuracy leaves a lot to be desired. And yes, and you can use this about many different things. So something leaves much or leaves a lot to be desired. Really nice expression. What else? Sometimes I need a digital detox and write by hand. Great. Typing is thought to spoil handwriting. Yeah, that's also nice idea and expression. Okay. Um, right. You can still type something related to previous topics. I will read all of them. Now moving on to the topic sports teams. Sports teams. So collocation for teams would be, for example, team spirit, maybe team building. You will find a way to use this. Teamwork, competitive atmosphere or competitive spirit, then team dynamics. When we have a team, there's often a shared goal. Athletic performance. That's when it's like in the second question, you can talk about individual athletic performance. Um, when you're in a team, you can build camaraderie. Okay. Then there might be a team-based sport, team-based, or individual sport. Okay. It's something that comes to my mind right now. Okay, no more new commentaries so far. Um, I'll also try to reload my live stream. Okay. Thank you for those who put likes. Um, okay, I'm a lonely wolf, so I prefer individual sports. Okay. Oh, a lone wolf. All right. Yeah, yeah. Um, so have you ever been a part of sports team? Yeah, I've experienced teamwork during my PE, physical education classes at school. It helped me to develop. It helped us to develop team spirit, and we were working towards a shared goal, which was like to win a local competition or something. Do you prefer team sports or individual sports? So if you prefer team sports, then you can say um, that's team spirit. There is cooperation. If you're individual sports, like independence and personal responsibility, or I'm a lone wolf, that's a really nice one. Um, I'll write it here because not everyone is reading the comments, or somebody will be watching a recording, so I will type this here. Um, do you like watching team games? Um, yes, because uh, there is some exciting competitive spirit in them. There are unpredictable results, or I can watch, I can observe strong team dynamics. Are teams popular in your culture? So here's a collocation for you. Hugely popular instead of very popular, or it enjoys great popularity. Okay. Um, so they help to build camaraderie. They bring people together. They're popular at school and university. Did you play sports as a child? So playing. I used to play team-based sports at school. Team-based sports at school. Then it helped me learn cooperation and discipline. What are the differences between team sports and individual sports? So team sports require teamwork and coordination. And then individual sports depend on personal athletic performance. So these are some possible ideas that you can develop in your answers. Okay, let me have a look in the chat. Autocorrect is the bane of typing on your phone. Okay. A boon or a boom or a boon or a bane. Doing team sports will help to develop camaraderie and a feeling of elbow. A feeling of elbow. I'm a team player, literally. Okay, a feeling of elbow. I will write down so that I don't forget it myself. It's a nice one. A feeling of elbow. Also, for those who are not reading the chat, you can see it in the comments. So for everyone who just joined, you can type any ideas or expressions in the chat box for any of the topics that we're describing. Okay. So the next topic is hobby. This can be, well, it's very easy to paraphrase it as leisure activity or pastime activity. Okay, collocation for hobby would be to pursue a hobby. When it's kind of like, you can say, it's a creative outlet for me. Okay, it's my personal interest. A lifelong hobby, that's another collocation. You can develop a passion for something. When there's a hobby, you can unwind after a long day, and it helps you to recharge your batteries and rejuvenate. Okay. Activity. It helps me unwind after a long working day, and on top of that, it's a really nice creative outlet. Do you have the same hobbies as your family members? So we have some shared interests. Today, no. So shared interests. Sometimes, or different personal interests, depending on what you want to say. Do you have a hobby that you've had since childhood? Yes, I started learning English and now it's my hobby. It's my lifelong hobby. I discovered a passion for it early in life. Let me have a look. So in individual sport, you compete with yourself, all right? Practicing team sport helps in socializing, right? Okay, also really nice ideas. Then, did you have any hobbies when you were a child? Well, it's also depending on what you want to say. You probably had some hobbies. I used to collect stamps, but nobody writes a snail. Nobody uses snail mail nowadays. So I stopped doing it. I took up this hobby at school, and then maybe you explored different creative activities. We developed early personal interests. Maybe you can talk about music if you studied music when you were a child. All right, let's do one last topic, morning time. Yeah, and this one will be for other So, do you like getting up early in the morning? So, I mentioned this in some other topic, like I'm a night owl to the bone. Okay, I'll have a look in the chat. Maybe there are some. To have time on one's hands. Okay, have a good head for something, right? Okay. I'm a night owl to the bone. So I'm not an early bird. Or you can say, as an old adage goes, as an old adage is like a proverb. And then you can, if you know a proverb, it won't give you much, the examiner probably won't give you much credit for it, but you can say like something like an early bird catches the worm, or early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. But why not? Like an early bird catches catches the worm. Okay. What do you usually do in the morning? So sometimes I have to wake up at the crack of dawn, even though I don't want to. And what I do is just like I brush my teeth, have a shower, and have breakfast, which should be the most substantial meal of the day. And I eat, and then you can use some advanced vocabulary for food. So if it's breakfast, what can you eat for breakfast? So for example, buckwheat, grechka, that's an advanced word. Maybe you eat buckwheat with turnip, repka, that's also an advanced word. I sometimes I eat some seafood such as cuttlefish, karakatitsa, or squids, calamari, octopuses. This crazy breakfast, but you're trying to use some advanced vocabulary. Um, I I sometimes eat some meat dishes, which is source of protein for me, made of veal or mutton or venison, that's deer meat. So all of these words are advanced. Then maybe you can say, I do my morning exercise. I do push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, squats, and lunges. So push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, squats, and lunges. So what did you do in the morning when you were little? When I woke up in the morning, I felt drowsy and discombobulated because I didn't like waking up at the crack of dawn, or there's another one, wake up at an ungodly hour. Ungodly hour can be too early or too late, not necessarily too early. Ungodly hour. And I had to pack my books if I hadn't packed them the night before and go to school, go to my beloved school. Are there any differences between what you do in the morning and what you do now and what you did in the past? So maybe you can say that now it tends to be more organized. So, or the difference is like night and day. So it used to be more chaotic in the past when I was younger, but now I try to be more organized. Do you spend your mornings doing the same things on both weekends and weekdays? So here you can say that I catch up on my sleep. Um, yeah, during the weekends, so I don't wake up so early. And I also try to unwind after a hard working week. Any something like this. Let me have a look in the chat. So to have time on one's hands, okay? I don't like team sports. Some people just don't pull their weight and drag the whole team down. Okay. As a hobbyist, I have always preferred to be a creator rather than a collector. Great. I'm a coffee junkie. That's great. But I skip breakfast. Buckwheat with turnip. Yeah, it's like it's only for the sake of lexical resource. Uh, Morning coffee is the bedrock of a good day. Okay. Great. Okay. So, well, basically that's it. Thank you all for participation. If this video receives 50 likes by next week, I'm going to continue with other topics. So please like and subscribe. Thank you all for participation. and have a good day. For me, here in the Philippines, it's already 8:30. For those who are like who have Moscow time, I believe it's 3:30. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining me. Um, I hope we all had good practice. I learned something from you also. Um, right. So thank you. I don't know how to turn it off.